The early morning sun cast a golden hue over Gate 7B at Atlanta International Airport. Passengers bustled with coffee cups and wheeled luggage, but amidst the usual chaos, two calm, poised girls stood side by side, mirror images of one another. 12 years old, matching yellow polos, braided hair, black backpacks strapped tightly on their small shoulders. Their names were Ava and Amira Washington. Twin sisters, bright, kind, sharp as stars. They were alone, though not lost. Their tickets were in hand. Their nanny had checked them in and gone to the bathroom. The girls were flying to visit their mother, who was waiting in New York. But the flight attendant at the gate had other ideas. You can't board. She snapped, glaring at them with an icy expression. But we have tickets, Ava said politely, holding up her boarding pass. I said you're not boarding, the woman replied sharply. Unaccompanied minors need an adult present. And you don't look like you belong on a business flight anyway. She didn't say it, but her tone made it clear. They didn't belong. And that's when Amira slowly reached into her pocket and pulled out her phone. Who are you calling? The attendant sneered. Our dad, she said. Might want to hold all flights for the next hour. Ava and Amira weren't ordinary children. They were the daughters of Darius Washington, the elusive tech magnate and founder of Skylink Technologies, the private company that ran the airport's gate systems, security tech, and flight database. For major airlines, Darius had always taught them humility. Never flaunt wealth. Never mention your last name unless necessary. Learn how people treat you when they think you have nothing. So the girls dressed modestly. They flew coach. They carried backpacks like every other kid. What they didn't expect that morning was to be humiliated, doubted, and talked down to by an airline staffer who saw only their skin and assumed insignificance. And that mistake would bring the airport to a grinding halt. Amira held the phone to her ear. Her fingers didn't tremble. She wasn't scared, not of the shouting, not of the crowd gathering around them, not even of the woman who now began calling for security. On the third ring, the call connected. Hey, Daddy, she said softly. Can you pause all flights at Atlanta Airport for a minute? Something's not right here. There was a silence. Then a calm, measured voice responded. Are you safe? Yes, but she's yelling at us. She won't let us board. Said we don't belong. Another pause, then 3 words. Stay right there. Within 90 seconds. The airport changed. Flight monitors GLAT. Departure boards flickered from green to red. Flight delayed, maintenance check. System reset. Passengers began murmuring, confused, agitated, at Gate 7B. Same flight attendant's walkie-talkie crackled to life. Cancel boarding at all gates. Repeat. Full lockdown. Executive override issued by Skylink Central. Her face turned pale. Within minutes, 2 men in black suits entered the terminal, scanning the crowd. Then they spotted the twins. They rushed forward. Miss Ava, Miss Amira, we're so sorry for the delay, one said. Your father is arriving in person, people gasped. Phones came out. Videos started recording, and then came Darius Washington, himself tall, calm, dressed in casual sneakers and a hoodie, but his presence filled the room like thunder. He didn't shout. He didn't threaten. He just looked the flight attendant in the eye and asked, Why did you stop my daughters from boarding their flight? I didn't recognize them, sir, she stammered. You didn't need to, he replied. You only needed to see 2 little girls with tickets and show respect. Silence. I built the system this airport runs on. But even my software can't fix broken mindsets. The video went viral. Within hours, hashtags trended. Hashtag twin justice, hashtag let them board, hashtag she did not know who she was talking to, but beneath the headlines, something deeper stirred. Parents began to share their stories of children denied, judged, sidelined. Not because of policy, but prejudice. Darius didn't want fame. But he gave one interview. My daughters didn't call me because they needed my power, he said. They called because they knew silence empowers bullies. He didn't sue the airline. He didn't call for firings. Instead, he proposed a partnership mandatory bias and compassion training across all Skylink-affiliated airports. It's funded personally. If you change the system, but not the hearts in it, you change nothing, he said. Later. A journalist asked the twins what they learned. Ava answered, "I learned that sometimes people won't see you until you speak up." And Amira added, "But also that you don't have to yell to be heard if the right people are listening." Months passed. Ava and Amira traveled again, this time with smiles, staff who greeted them with warmth, and a new children's travel program launched in their honor. Gate 7B now bore a plaque that read, "Let every child walk with dignity, fly with safety, and be seen with respect." In honor of Ava and Amira Washington, and far above, in the sky, their flight soared uninterrupted, free and full of the future.